What's up? Told you guys I will come at you with a slightly earlier stream time this week. All right? I told you guys I'd bring some fire. Doing it nice and early. Not gonna, not gonna make you guys wait too long today. I thought about going later. I was like, should I start at 11? I'm like, nah, let's see if the early birds are happy to see me live before midnight, because pretty much every Q&A over the past, several weeks has been super late. You want me to bring the latest streams back? I'm a night owl. Well, listen, I'll balance it out, man. I'll see how the numbers are today, and we'll see if the night owl vibe is the way to go every day. But I wanted to come in a little earlier for the people that are chilling during the day. What's up, Haku? What's up? I appreciate the WAJ chat. What's up, Guard Down? What's happening, Mike D? What's up? What's up? Yeah, good to see you back, big time. How's everything been? Danny 420, man. Good to see you, bro. I'm glad you're here. I'm very hyped for UFC 310, man. What's up, AJ? Parlay Prince is told to raid you, but I guess I'm the only one here. Well, listen, Raj. I think it's Shaswat Raj. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I'm glad that you made it, bro. I had thank God, just got off work. Had nothing to do with, hey, well, Red Riot, you came to the show. You came to the AJ middle of the week live stream, bro. We're going to chill. Night owl, but I love the earlier streams. I feel like they're necessary sometimes. Yes, we'll do members this week, Hernanov. I promise. I was tempted to record a video first, but I was like, nah, I want to come on the live, discuss some relevant MMA topics, and see if you guys want any specific videos from me. You guys know, at least last week, if you were tuning into the streams, like I'd be taking suggestions. I'm open to conversations. I have a couple ideas on my mind, and I'll plan on maybe putting like a poll up at like the 30-minute mark or whatnot. Yes, KZ, I just talked about it, bro. Before 1 a.m. Here we are. Reasonable hour. Reasonable time. You get your first paycheck Thursday. Big Time Donuts will be back and better than ever. Thank you, Big Time. Fuck yeah. This is an early bird stream for real. Me going live at 7:20 is crazy for most. They're like, dude, you go live at midnight. Check out the new scraps that got announced. Let's check out these new scraps that got announced. Let's see. Let's see what these new fights are. They said Turkey Al-Sheikh hinted at trying to make John Jones versus Francis Ngannou happen. That's pretty crazy. The first UFC main event is 2025 is Dern Hebos. Wow. That's a fucking letdown. Bryce Hall is fighting Kimbo Slice's son at Knucklemania. Okay, that's a bare knuckle event to tune into. That's insane, actually. I was thinking of Baby Slice recently. Like, what has he been up to? That's crazy. Wow, people are saying this is, I don't know if this is true, but Stolen Valor, former UFC fighter Tim Kennedy faces allegations. No way. Is Tim Kennedy, he faking his military service? What? Parlay Princess, what's up, bro? I told the gang to raid. My gang is washed up. No, your gang is young. Your gang is on the come up, bro. You know what, Parlay Princess? I enjoy how you do the live streams playing UFC. One suggestion would be if you can get like an adapter to plug into a camera so you can have yourself on the bottom in a box while you're playing. I feel like that'd be dope. But either way, bro, you're doing good work, Parlay Princess. I see you going live all the time now. You've been really consistent, bro. So kudos to that. Hey, what's up, Money Glitch? MMA Experts, best MMA channel. My guy. Thank you, Money Glitch. Francis or John? Who do I got? I feel like I'd have to favor Francis, but that could be my bias of the African knockout power. I just think John Jones would get cracked. Danny 420, you still have your membership, bro. I can see it right here. Anyone taking Ian Garry? I'll say this. Whether or not I pick flip to Ian Garry after the weigh-ins, yet to be seen. But I do have this weird feeling, and you guys can let me know if I'm off. I have this weird feeling that in some senses, Shavkat seems to be slightly overlooking Ian Garry. Like he's talking about the past training sessions. Oh, I submitted them. Remember what happened last time? These training sessions were in like 2022. It's about to be 2025. Ian Garry's 27, yo. The evolution of somebody who's in their mid 20s from, 2-3 years ago to now can be extreme. So I will just say, I think that Shavkat has a very good chance of getting Ian Garry down and winning the fight. I'm not arguing that. I picked that. But I worry about him seeming to be slightly overlooking Ian Garry and basing his assumptions on Ian Garry's skill set more so on their exchanges and sparring as opposed to, the evolved Garry that we see now. Thoughts on GT gaming chair? I don't know anything about GT gaming chair. I got the secret lab chair and it's fantastic. I would assume a GT gaming chair is good. I don't think it's going to be bad if it's designed for, sitting on for hours and hours. I'm sure that'd be pretty decent. Can you see Asakura winning a split decision robbery on 310? I saw you say that in the Parlay Princess live stream. I feel like if Asakura wins, I think he could actually rock Pantoja. I don't think there'll be a robbery. I'm thinking it's going to be a fair decision either way. Have you been or plan to go to Amalie Arena? I have been to Amalie Arena, Igor Ramos. I went to a couple of events there, not MMA events, boxing when I was a kid. And then I've gone to a couple hockey games. But no, I'm not going to UFC Tampa. Shavkat said Machado's wife got footage of him tapping out. Hey, listen, I'm not arguing that. Maybe. And maybe the reason that Ian Garry feels confident is because he studied the fuck out of the sparring tape. I don't know. You saw a Tool at Amalie Arena? That's pretty cool. Yeah, Amalie Arena is a pretty nice venue, but it's still Tampa, right? Tampa just doesn't have the pull for pay-per-views. That's why, we get stuck with just fight nights, unfortunately. I would love if a pay-per-view came to Tampa, it'd be kind of hard for me to say I'm not going. I think the UFC is looking for an opportunity to get into the Asian market. 100% facts, but I don't know if it's going to be with a robbery. I think that it would have to be a fair win. And I think that Kai Asakura is going to have to dig deep, taking on a savage like Alexandre Pantoja. Love the content, bro. How long did it take you to hit 1K subs? Around a year or so to hit 1K. It takes a really long time to hit 1,000 subs unless you just blow up with viral videos. I wasn't really getting viral videos, and I don't know what you consider viral videos, but a lot of my videos that people would consider viral are my fight companions because I have like the most views on those. But if you dig back to like my old channel, it's still my channel, but the old days of the channel, I'll just share the screen so it's easier for you guys to see. You can see me here, bro. My early videos were literally me trying to do fitness vids. How funny is that, yo? I don't know if anybody knows that type of shit. I'm sure some. I got to change the background. Damn it. But I had like some old fitness videos, man. And that's how I started, bro. I was trying to be fucking, I don't know. But before Sam Sulek, I was trying to be him. And then I started with the UFC reaction videos, podcast here, right? So let's see. UFC Cowboy versus Gaethje predictions. Yeah, dude, it took me a long time. I don't think, bro, look how many videos we're at. This is 4 years ago. I remember recording a lot of these videos. UFC 251 pre-fight show. Look how awful the thumbnails were. Hey, I got 2,000 views on that Munir Lazez video. Bro, but yeah, I wasn't even at 100K, or excuse me, I wasn't even at 1K yet after the first, 6-7 months. I think I'm trying to remember when I hit 1K. I don't remember exactly. And there's really no way that I can see it, but like you can look at my fucking early vids. Me not knowing what I was doing. Holy shit. Throwback and a half, bro. Me with the fucking beret on. Look at this freak. Bellator predictions. That was when Bellator was good. Look at this OG. Look at this guy.
It is AJ from MMA Experts, and we are talking about the fight between Colin Young Huck Buddy and Kyron.
That's funny, yo. Holy shit. Throwback AF. You just got 2K views on a Shavkat highlight. I think that's pretty fire. That is awesome. But just know something about doing content and something about people that don't make content, maybe they don't know about. The videos that you use, right, to go, you go viral with, or you get notoriety with, that is what your content should stay. If you, let's say, start a channel about the NFL and then you try to transition to cover the UFC, it's hard to transition from there, right? Because your fan base is for NFL. So pick a topic and stick to it. I started with predictions more than anything else. I mean, it wasn't really even doing news videos much until more so recently, but the news videos are still very relevant, right? These are still relevant videos to what I talk about throughout the week. Now, the views, if you look at my news views versus my weigh-in show, I've been doing the weigh-in show for years. Of course, more likely than not, my weigh-in show is going to do, more than triple the views of most of the news videos until the news videos start blowing up, which will happen with time. But yeah, that's my content breakdown. Yo, Shakrush Barami, thank you for the 20 SEK, bro. I appreciate you. Sam Solid copied me. Facts, dude. Sam Solid copied me. No, I never been to Ireland, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday, experts. What's up, Hollow? Keep it up, bro. Good job. And you very funny too. I appreciate that a lot. The compliment of me being funny means a lot. You're doing predictions and one highlight so far. If you just be posting highlights though, and you do prediction content, it's not really going to improve your prediction content. So my best advice to you is don't look at getting a big viewed video, right? Look at making your content as optimal as possible, right? In quality, right? And you will build a fan base from there, right? If I posted a highlight reel of Ian Garry, I might get 50,000 views from it and I might gain 500 new subscribers. But what is the likelihood that those subscribers are going to be tuning in to your other videos, like news, right? Like full card predictions or weigh-in show. So what I'm saying is pick a content topic, stick with it. Don't add fluff bullshit in just trying to chase views because it's really not going to help you. Hey, let's say, what's up, bro? News videos are cooking. I appreciate that, man. AJ, one of the most active MMA streamers in the game. Thank you, Rob Bixby. I think I should do more. I think I have to do more. Dude, I was so nervous during the early recordings. Like when I used to do videos, dude, I was always nervous. And I couldn't really let my personality out until I started getting comfortable on camera. AJ had the accent smacked out. Exactly. At that time, yes. Individual fight predictions or full card predictions. I mean, I love full card predictions, but if you have like no following right now, you might have to spam the old fight night picks and my strategy of doing every fight full card and more, but it's not good for your algorithm and it doesn't really teach YouTube what you want to do. So I would say full card picks, in-depth breakdowns, news videos. It takes a really long time to build a channel and it takes even longer to get off the ground and run. You have anomalies like Lucas Tracy who blew up faster, right? Or bedtime, right? But then you have guys like myself, MMA Joey, and I'm sure others that have been posting content for years and then started gaining traction, So it's a long grind. It's something that, you better love if you're going to stick with it. It's not like wake up tomorrow and you're a YouTube sensation. It's like, hey, work hard, stay consistent with content, and just enjoy making it. The key thing is you have to enjoy doing this. If you don't enjoy making the content, then it's really not for you. If it doesn't get you excited as fuck to post videos, it's not for you. You have to love this shit. Doing content is different than like some other job, right? If you work at a company, you're going to get a little raise here and there, right? And it should all work out. Content you have to create out of thin air. So you have to be willing to put it on the line and hustle because nobody's going to force you into a schedule. You have to say, fuck it, I'm doing videos every day. Appreciate the hustle and grind, bro. Congrats on the channel. Thanks for the insight. I got you, MMA Mystic. No problem. Yeah, I agree with Shaswa. You should do like a lock video or a most confident picks video. Yeah, you got to eat, sleep, and shit YouTube. That's absolute facts. It's not work when you love it. I agree, Danny 420. I completely agree. I love doing MMA YouTube. I want to do more. At 30 minutes, I'll probably throw a poll up because I have a video idea. I have a couple. I'm annoyed that I didn't do the Jamal Hill video last week. I'm like, am I too late to the party or should I just follow through and do it? Because I saw it was done by MMA Guru. I saw Joey did it. Bro, the whole fucking community already covered Jamal Hill, but I haven't yet. And I'm like, should I do a Jamal Hill video even though it's a little late? I don't know. Maybe. Gary's training that shoot the box Diego Lima with Charlie O and doing intense private grappling training with Damian Maia. Some inside info for you. 1,000%. I will tell you, Igor, 1,000%. This fight is not what happened in sparring. Shavkat better be fucking ready for the absolute best version, okay, ever from Ian Garry. We need your take on Jamal Hill. I appreciate that. Let's say, okay. All right. I appreciate that insight, man, because maybe that's what I got to do. I got to give that opinion. I got to give that, Jamal Hill Cope video a try. You're right. Don't let other people doing a vid stop you from making it what you got to lose. You're right, David Druid. I agree. I just always feel frustrated. I'm like, I'm so late to the party, man. But I should. You'd give it another week and you're sure Jamal Hill will have another Cope breakdown. So just stay tuned. True, but I could also bring one here and then do a follow-up, which starts the series off, Start the series off right. O'Malley KO'd Aljo into the prelims. That's funny as fuck. Ian is live to win. I think that there is a chance Shavkat is overlooking him for sure. What's up, Exploit? How's it hanging, Exploit? I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good, actually. My arms are really sore. I feel like Hill is actually smart and not crazy. He just got MMA media on a string. Not sure, though. I hope that's true, but he seems unhinged. Maxwell, thank you for the love, bro. Yeah, he's been coping for a bit. He's coping a lot. I think it's very easy to start a Jamal Hill's Cope is out of control series. I think Pantoja is overrated AF, but I think his grappling will be too much for Kai. I hope you're wrong because it's way better for the sport if Asakura wins. But I do agree, Pantoja's wrestling and his jiu-jitsu knowledge is extremely good. And his ability to get control of the back and whatnot is going to be really hard for, Asakura to deal with. It's just for Asakura avoiding these compromising spots and hopefully having the defensive ability to scramble if he's in bad. I'm hoping Asakura pulls through. I'm picking him. Not a lock, but a pick. Hey, let's go, Exploit. I'm glad you're good too, man. You still think he smokes Yuri? Does he smoke Yuri? Yuri does have some bad habits, and Jamal Hill is clean with his fucking hands, and he does have power. It's just, what happens if Jamal cracks Yuri with some big shots, and Yuri just keeps coming, throwing bombs? I don't know. Rooting for Asakura to make flyweight entertaining again. I completely agree, Casey. It's way better for the division. If not, Pantoja versus who? What's the next fight? Tell me. Chat, tell me what's next for Pantoja if he wins. Kai Kara France, maybe. Yuri beats Alex 9 times out of 10, according to Chandler. True, Euphorics. Michael Chandler would say that. Hill definitely lost his aura. Pantoja is not overrated, bro. If he fights Kai Kara France after this fight, he has basically cleared the division. Facts. If he beats Kai Asakura, and then they give him Kai Kara France, which is a high possibility. Yeah, he 1,000% is now in the elite. Who gets the winner of Jamal and Yuri? Hard to say. I think it's very much dependent upon what's going on with the top end of the division. If Magomed and Kalaev and Pereira fight, it would depend on the winner there. Could be the winner of Jamal and Yuri fights Jan Blachowicz. I think that's a really big fight. I actually think that a Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira rematch would be cool, but obviously Jan needs to fight. He's been injured for a while. I'm waiting around for Jan Blachowicz. Everybody wants to see a Jan Blachowicz fight, man. Pantoja versus Kayla Harrison. I think Pantoja would destroy Kayla. Pantoja is the best guy since GSP to mix striking with wrestling and wrestling with striking. I think he's the best flyweight we have seen since Mighty Mouse. The fight isn't close. Damn, Paco, you think he's that good? I don't think Pantoja is that good. I've been historically a known Alexandre Pantoja doubter. So if Asakura knocks him out, I'll feel pretty good. Who do you think Asakura? Why do you think Asakura has a real chance? And if Pantoja wins, if he were to move up against Merab, that'd be cool. The Merab fight's definitely a possibility, but I think Merab's got to at least defend the belt once or twice. I think for Pantoja beating Asakura, I do think the chance is real for Asakura to win. He's got a size advantage. He's taller and longer. I really think that Kai Asakura's striking is way better. It's just Pantoja is good at winning fights even when they get really ugly. And he's good at finding ways into good positions on the ground. Like, I'll say this, Pantoja knows how to win these fights and knows how to win these decisions. And he's definitely got durability on his side. But it's hard for me to see Kai Asakura's striking technique and his potential and say, man, he's going to get bullied by Pantoja, who's way smaller than him. I think that Kai Asakura is very live to win this fight, and I'm picking him. I don't care. Pantoja always wins via CTE lay and pray. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, Mighty Mouse is by far the best, of course. You like Brandon Royval? Well, Brandon Royval Pantoja 3 is probably not going to happen. So for Brandon Royval's sake, you better be hoping that Kai Asakura wins. Because if Pantoja pulls through, I think you have to favor a Kai Kara France Pantoja fight. I'm thinking a late round finish by Asakura because in Pantoja's past fights, he gassed a little bit in the later rounds. True, but he's always able to find the takedown even when he's gassed, though. But I agree, maybe Asakura is letting some dangerous shots fly around that time and ends up getting a nice stoppage. Pantoja is just a chin merchant on the feet. He wings punches like he's drunk all the time. Brick Laser, I love how base that take was. I've always felt like his striking is sloppy and he loops a lot of his shots. Excuse me. He's definitely not clean on the feet. Whereas I say the complete opposite with Asakura. I think Pantoja is in for a really hard fight. I think Asakura with the striking advantage, he's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit taller, just a naturally bigger guy. And I think he can probably shock Pantoja. And it seems like shock a lot of fans too. You don't see Asakura stuffing a takedown from Pantoja. You think Pantoja is going to get Asakura down that easily? If Pantoja KOs Kai, will you put some respect on his name? ISO, if Pantoja KOs Kai, I will 1000% put some fucking respect on his name. Gilbert Burns has already trained with Garry and Shavkat and predicted the Irishman's victory by decision of the judges. Interesting. Gilbert Burns, though, to be fair to Shavkat, Gilbert Burns is buddies with Ian Garry. So, slight bias pick, I would say. Royval is such a weird fighter to pick. He loses when he has big moments, but does super well when he's in normal fights. The pressure kind of gets to him. Hey, he looked pretty good against Tatsuro Taira. He pulled that win off. That was fucking epic. You think Asakura has MVP vibe? So you think he's going to lose? Or you think he's going to win? Because MVP won his UFC debut. AJ, I got Battle, Garry, and a two-leg. Probably live. Nerve-wracking with Garry because he needs to be on point AF. True, Asakura got out-grappled by Agakubo, but to be fair, that was his second fight of the day, and I don't know. I don't think you can hold a ton of weight on second fight of the day in a one-night tournament as the overall rating of what Kai Asakura brings in grappling defense. You get what I mean? Does fighting in a cage rather than a ring make a difference in Asakura? I would assume that against the cage, Pantoja would have a chance to trip him. I think Pantoja taking him down easy. Wow. I am the one Kai Asakura stan. Kai Asakura to pull off the upset. Fuck what everybody's saying. They're all sleeping on him. Somehow he's not a magnificent striker with good hips. He's going to survive the grappling positions, and he's going to give Pantoja a lot of trouble. Pantoja almost lost to Steve Erceg. I think Kai Asakura is a beast. I think Kai Asakura is a monsoon. Does it get annoying dealing with Finch all the time, name dropping and being conceited? Honestly, I think Finch is a cool guy. I know there's like a small percentage of the subscribers that don't like him, but Finch is pretty chill, bro. I like fucking around with him, talking shit. Like, I don't know. I can say whatever I want to Finch, and he always is like pretty funny back with it. So, yeah, I like the Finch, man. He's a good dude. I think you just got to give him a chance, bro. I don't know. I don't know why you're hating on him, man. You got to give him a chance. He's a good dude. Battle or Brown? Give me Battle. Hey, let's go, Pork. I want to bet Asakura badly, but I've never bet against Pantoja. He's been so good to my money. Totally fair if you stay loyal to him because of that. I have been against Pantoja time in and time again. Battle is the fucking man. Finch is hilarious. Let's go. If Asakura doesn't get a round one, TK will be grinded to pace by Pantoja. Damn, the grit master you call him. He is a grit master. Any chance Randy Brown beats Battle? Huge payout on the bet. I don't think it's a high chance. I would be pretty surprised if Randy Brown put him away. The way that I see the matchup is Randy Brown is good at striking from range, but with somebody who brings pressure and power in his hands, I think it's pretty live that Bryan Battle is going to crack Randy Brown with some big shots, even though he's probably at like a technique disadvantage. Excuse me. And I think that there's a live chance for Battle to rock Brown. We've seen Randy Brown outstruck before. I know he's on a roll right now, but you got to look at the matchups. What's up, bro? Love the stream. Hey, Mikey, my guy. What's up? AJ, how do I promote my new short banger go viral? Finch and OG. How do you promote? Where's your short banger? Is it on your channel? Can I go to it right now? Let me see. I'll see if I can. I'll tell you if it's a banger. I'll help you out. The Jordan 3 cement. Is that the video you're talking about? The Rigo video? Rigo tripping? Let's. I don't know what that is. I very confused it like that. You got to help me out, bro. What are you talking about? I didn't see a short. Finch is the best. You guys balance each other out perfectly. Thanks, Ohan. I agree. Of course, I'm doing a 310 fight companion, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, let me bring up this dono. The dono train is running tonight. Bro, the dono train has been light during the live streams because of the off week, so I appreciate you guys turning up. Mike D, thank you for the $2. Dono train, run it. Much love. Hit the like button. Mike D, I appreciate you for showing the love and giving me $2. $2 means a lot, bro. East Rochester, stand the fuck up, bro. Stand the fuck up. Stand the fuck up. What's up, Dylan Summers? I'm good. Bum, 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 bum. Who rage baits? What's your favorite parlay for Saturday? Bro, I haven't made my full list of confident parlays yet, so I would rather wait till tomorrow when I do that. Ooh, and tomorrow, your boy's getting the better internet. Fiber optic incoming. My God, it's going to be great. Can always reach out to the best NBA experts on his opinion. Fuck yeah, Knives and Pizza. That's why I like to go live so often, bro. I got to chat with the community. I'm not, unreachable. You guys can all talk to me, dude. I'm right here. You got Battle Moneyline and Mitchell decision. Okay. I mean, I think it's live. Bryce Mitchell by decision against Gracie makes a lot of sense. Wang Gang out the game. Listen, it's not over for Wang Gang yet, Omnipolarity. Your easy parlay is Battle, Movsar, Shavkat. I think it's very live to win. But I do think Shavkat might be overlooking Ian Garry. Does Bryan Battle get a pay-per-view spot next time if he KOs Brown? I think he's a star in the making. Dude's exciting and has great mic skills. I feel as though that's a legit possibility, and I'll assume that if he wins against Brown, he's probably getting somebody in the top 15. So, yeah, I think he could end up being on the pay-per-view. The Rigo exposed music video. I was confused by that. Is that him? Is that actually him? Who was the better ref, Steve Mazzagatti or Mario Yamasaki? If you watched it live, Mario Yamasaki was better. My top 3 favorite fighters are Oliveira, Royval, and Battle. So Battle is destined to catch this dub this weekend to fulfill the prophecy. I like that, Zohan. I like that you're so superstitious with it. You think Battle's a safe lock here? I think he's live to win. AJ, do you normally have good streams without drama? So keep it that way. Yeah, I do, Robert G. I really do have good streams without drama. Why am I bringing drama? Why am I bringing drama? I don't understand. Bump, 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 bump. Yo, we keep on running. Yo, we keep on coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we have? You wish you had 1% of Gary's confidence? Listen, you can fake it till you make it. I agree that Battle's got the grit and toughness to win. Fuck yeah. Like it up, Savages? Yeah. Listen to Hernanov, guys. We're at 46 likes. We need 50 likes up in here. What are we doing? Run the damn likes up for the early stream. Doug Funny's excited. What's up, bro? I'm glad that you made it here, Doug Funny. Yes, caught a live and early one again. Let's go, Doug Funny. What's chat got to do for a Ripski? Let's go. Let's say, okay. Once we hit 50 likes, I will set a number for the Ripski. I think that's fair. I know the people want to see a rip. I won't let you down. I'm bringing one tonight, and I'll do it at less than 100 likes because, you know, I wasn't live. I mean, I was live yesterday, but I wasn't with the typical live stream Q&A. Do you think Jones versus Francis might happen with Saudi money? I honestly don't, bro. I think that Dana White and the UFC will be reluctant. They don't really care how much money is going to be brought to the table, but I could be wrong. Bryan Battle, yeah, he was like 300 pounds, bro. He was a heavyweight in MMA when he first started. That was crazy to me. The Ripski is a motherfucking must. Yes. AJ, you got a positive vibe. I always appreciate it for real. Thanks for content. Other YouTube MMA content creators have too much hate in their heart. Thanks, Max. Hey, man, I really appreciate that, bro. The good vibes up in here. Pantoja with the victory will have cleaned up the category. Would a move to bantamweight be a good thing for the Brazilian? I don't think that he beats Merab, but it makes sense that, you know, if he defends the belt here, he'd want to do that, but I don't think that's what he'll end up getting. I think he's going to have to fight Kai Kara France, and I don't think that he has the name value to, like, demand the fight up in weight, regardless of how dominant he's been in the weight class. You think Movsar wins by a robbery this weekend? I think Aljo is going to beat him by decision, but the judges are going to give it to Movsar. Damn. I think Movsar wins a decision, to be honest with you. I think Aljo is going to look to wrestle. I think Movsar's hips will hold up well, and I think he'll outstrike Aljo. I'm new here. What's a Ripski? It's a little CBD lion. Yo, you guys see something crazy? Oh, my God. I forgot to mention this. A few weeks ago, the Church of What's Happening Now, Joey Diaz podcast with Lee Sayat came back. That podcast I used to watch, bro. And seeing them, you know, retire from it, I was sad back in, like, you know, whatever, 2019, 2020. They brought it back, man. I'm going to start watching that podcast. Shavkat different. I think he's very high-level MMA fighter, well-rounded, similar to Khabib. Maybe, I don't know if he's similar to Khabib, but I get where you're coming from. He's good. He is high-level. I'm picking him to win still. Sleeper fight on the card. Is Duho Choi and Nate the Train available as a sleeper fight? Because that would be one if there is people sleeping on it. That's going to be a banger. I feel like the low-key sleeper fight might be Anthony Smith, Dom Reyes. I think that might be an absolute banger. Might be really impressive on Reyes' part, I should say. A third Merab got injured, but I'm not sure if it's true. I didn't hear about that. I don't think I saw. I saw Umar had an arm issue. Jones could retire and take the money fight. He ain't fighting Aspinall, and I don't think Alex will move up. Could be the fight he wants. He can beat Ngannou, but what other fights does he have? If the Ngannou fight was actually a possibility, yeah, for sure. I think that every fan will beg for it, but I don't think the UFC is working with PFL. I don't care how much money's on the table. Unless maybe Jones vacates the belt and then they did it. I don't know. I agree with that, Max. Ariel said on his show yesterday how people do negative takes for clicks. You can make it in YouTube space without having to do that. That's where real respect is given. Thank you, Doug Funny. MMA Joey's cool. Yeah, he's got good content. Anyone think Michael Chiesa beat Griffin or will beat Griffin? You know what? I think that Michael Chiesa's wrestling is live. I think Michael Chiesa landing takedowns, garnering some controlled time, maybe taking the back of Griffin is live. I'm not saying it's an absolute, but it's live. Bro, I don't think Anthony Smith is KOing Dom Reyes. Anthony Smith hasn't shown punch and power in fucking years. What fight does better, Jones Aspinall or Islam Ilya? Damn, what fight does better? It's going to be close in numbers, but I have a feeling maybe worldwide, Islam and Ilya is a bigger fight because of Russia, because of all of the Middle East, right? There's Europe as well with, being from Spain, Ilya Taporia. I don't know. I think that maybe Ilya Taporia and Islam is a bigger international fight, but in America, the bigger fight, and probably in the UK, in the English speaking regions of the world, the bigger fight to me has got to be Aspinall versus Jones in the English speaking regions. That's what I'll say. And I think that's pretty valid. Also, guys, we are at 100 and we're not at 100. 55 likes, bro. Let's get it to 100, man. But I'll do a Ripski at 70. I'll do a Ripski at 70, but we got to get 100 likes up in here. I'm not shadow boxing because my arms are going to cramp so fucking bad because I hit back and bicep. Sadly, I don't see Jones ducking the Aspinall fight. He's too big of a duck. And thanks, Dougie. AJ's the truth. Thank you, Max. Let's go. If Aljo wins, does he get the main back in Aljamain? Yes. If Aljo prelim wins, we will call him Aljamain again. Hair looks like Razor Raymond. That's funny as fuck. I appreciate it. Ripski at 70 is don't tell Finch. Yeah, you can't tell Finch, bro. He's anti-Rips these days. You worry about Gorimbo getting fraud checked by a vet with multiple losses, similar to Kyler Phillips versus Rob Font? The reason I say no is because Luque seems way more washed than Rob Font, and he's got like a fucking brain bleed in the past. Like, I don't know. I just don't know if his health is optimized to compete. So, Doug Funny, what do you think though? My recent news videos, would you say they're negative videos or no? I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. Am I going negative? Am I going negative with news videos? You guys let me know. These are the recent titles, bro, if you haven't seen them. Ian Garry humiliates Usman and Covington, 310 interview reaction. Michael Chandler won't stop embarrassing himself. PFL's ruining Bellator fighters' careers. Chandler's cope has reached an all-time low. John Jones been portrayed by Dana White. Oregon, John Jones. Chandler's cope is out of control. What do you think? The Bellator video was fun. Bellator Champion Series main event prediction. As it comes up, yes, I'll do it. The news videos are great. Keep them coming. Fuck yeah, Brick Laser. The truth isn't negative. Thanks. I'm going to do a poll, actually, about the video that you guys want to see from me next. Because I have a few ideas, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'd rather hear the chat's opinion, bro. At the end of the day, I'm making them for you guys. Now, obviously, the Jamal Hill Cope video. Bum, 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 bum. Shavkat. Okay. Okay. What else? We got to do one more. What the fuck? I wrote down something earlier. I don't know. This one could be interesting. I'm sure that Bryce Mitchell, I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't know. I'll just say other as the final option. Boom. You guys let me know. I put a few options up there. I think the news videos are great because it lets us see your thought process more, not just stats, but interesting and different takes. I appreciate that. Let's say it. Thanks, bro. Loving the news videos. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of negative news recently. AJ dropping fire. Thank you, Jordan Bryan. Sometimes you got to go negative. Exactly. Truth isn't negative, bro. It's just the truth. I don't have, I don't have any other option. It's the only way to do it. Thank you, Doug Funny. I'm glad I'm one of your faves, dude. Why was Finch glazing Kron Gracie on Moneyline? Love Finch, but Flat Earther Mitchell all day. I think the reason he was glazing Kron Gracie is just the respect for his jiu-jitsu. And I think that Finch forgot that the Gary Tonin match was like pre-MMA for Kron Gracie. Chandler saying 9 times out of 10 is insane. Hey, Sunyata, thank you for the love on the 41K, bro. Fuck yeah. Shavkat will bring numbers. I agree. The Shavkat video would be pretty cool. Bryce Mitchell was a flat earther before the Emmett KO. The Emmett KO made him believe in gravity, dog. The way he hit the ground, he said, all right. Bryce Mitchell melted my brain listening to him on Bisbing's podcast. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm sure he said some crazy shit. Shavkat is the most topical, so that one makes sense. 70 likes. Now do your part. I'm seeing 69, bro. Lucky number 69. Shavkat's a savage for eating horse meat. Nurmagomedov versus Hughes, bro. You got to go Nurmagomedov. But Hughes is good. He thought the earth was flat, so Emmett flatlined him. That's funny as fuck. Facts, though. Must be some brain damage done from that knockout. You can't tell me otherwise. Got to be something. You can tell the difference, though, with those who do negative stuff for clicks as opposed to who talks just about it, like Fight Disciples and May Junkie. Fair point, bro. Valid point, bro. Fuck, my arm's cramping, dude. But yeah, I'll do a Shavkat video. The Shavkat video seems fun. And it's, I don't know, the interview's pretty straightforward. I already watched it. AJ, in your video about Bellator, I was upset with the situation of the fighters, especially in relation to Patchy Mix. He would be a good addition to the UFC roster. Hey, Igor Ramos, I appreciate you tuning into that video. The truth is, Bellator is completely pushed aside by PFL. It's not a priority, and their fighters are dealing with the, pushback. That sucks. They should fight against it, but as of right now, I don't think they will. Besides Patchy, this may sound ignorant, but longtime foreigners need to learn English to take their brand to the next level. Think about how funny Islam is. Imagine Shavkat trolling Gary in English. I guess the thing is, Max, true for some, but not for all. Alex Pereira and Charles Oliveira both don't speak English, and they're some of the biggest stars in America. I guess for Brazilian fighters, it's less important. But for Middle Eastern fighters, I'd say, yeah. Worst case scenario video, maybe, bro. But that video don't be getting me that excited all the time. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really be getting hype about that video anymore. That's why I stopped doing the series. I was like, fuck, man, I'm just bullshitting stuff. I don't like making videos where I'm not like actually like authentic. I'm like, oh, worst case scenario. Well, what the fuck is it? Ain't one. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario, I lose my pick. Like, Kron's also a flat earther. That's pretty funny. They would be funny if they spoke English. True. Dakota is a badass over in PFL, but we got to get her to the damn UFC. Can Buckley beat Shavkat, AJ? Probably not. Probably not. You think that series is good? Maybe you need a new name for it? Got to overhaul the series then. I don't know. The news video has been fun. They've been more exciting for me to record. No, I don't grind my own coffee. I just fucking go K-cups, dog. I'm a schmuck. I get the fucking Keurig. You grab the cup, you pour some water in, you close the fucking lid, you push the button, you put a fucking cup under it, and you hope for the best. I like your videos about potential matchup, bros. It creates good discussion, and you have some good ideas. Yeah, the matchup videos are good. The reason I haven't been doing them is simply because, like, you know, by Monday, I'm like thinking of other shit. Bro, let's get 100 likes up in here. We're at 73. We're 27 away from 100. Can we hit 100 likes before the 1 hour mark? Let's do it. Let's hit 100 likes before the hour mark. That's the goal. Charles said, show me the money in English, and it worked. He's getting paid good. I guess the one line for him worked wonders is what you're saying. Gane plus Shavkat, chalky locky parlay. Good luck, Didi. Ian Garry's interview has me worried about a Shavkat lock because he seems extremely confident. The decorations are coming, bro. I thought of that today, Doug Funny. I knew somebody would flame me. Listen, I will get the decorations up in the next week. I feel like this car will be a good D-Gen parlay, lots of big dogs. I think there's also some like obvious favorite wins too, though, for like the safe calls. Do we think Volkov can wrestle fuck Gane? I don't think so. I think that Volkov probably gets outstruck for 3 rounds. Probably, right? That makes a lot of sense. Did I do the rip skis? I don't even remember. Am I fucking zooted so far? I don't remember a rip. Chat, did I do the rip skis? Let me know. Me when I hit the CBD, that's funny as fuck, Maxwell. Plans for Christmas as of right now, just celebrate, have a beautiful time, enjoy the day. That's about it right now. Nothing too crazy at the moment, but eventually I do something so exciting. I really don't know. Now I'm thinking about that Shavkat video. That's going to be absolutely fucking lit. Shavkat Rakhmonov video incoming. Hasn't Gane been training with Khabib pretty fast after the Jones fight? Wonder if he's low-key been working hard. I'm sure that he's been working a ton of grappling. He has to. Ian's countryman, Charles Oliveira, will be in his corner. That's pretty cool. Having Charles Oliveira in Ian Garry's corner ups his chance of winning for sure. He's been working a lot of grappling. I'm hearing he's working with Damian Maia and shit. So, going to be very interesting to see how Shavkat looks offensively. Everybody's too high to remember. That's funny as fuck. If Gane comes back like Damian Maia, takes down and beats the absolute shit out of Volkov, that'd be insane. I don't think so, though. Mike Finch, when he catches AJ doing rip skis, that's actually funny. He cries every time. He's upset. He hates it. He said, dude, stop doing the rips. Well, you know what? I'll do another rip because I don't know if I did it. I did a live stream during the Paul fight, yeah. You didn't tune into it, Robert G? You missed out. Have I changed my mind on Ian Garry being a potential champ? I mean, it kind of all comes down to Saturday. He's got to beat Shavkat, and then he's fighting for the belt probably. But that's a very tall task in front of him. Joey Diaz tells a lot of fake stories. You know, I've heard that before. I just, you know, kind of refuse to believe it. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Shavkat wins, then has a trio with Gary's woman and Sanko. All right, Goblinicus. I doubt it. I think Shavkat's probably, I don't know if he's even married, but I was going to say he's waiting until marriage if he isn't. Volkov is a gangster for real. He needs to choke out Gane with a Darce like Tuivasa. I would hate to see undeserving Gane in a title picture again after selling against Jones and ducking Aspinall. But if he beats Volkov, I think there is a world where he ends up fighting Tom Aspinall. I like Gane versus Aspinall. It's a cool fight. I love how big of a contrast there is between all the big MMA YouTubers. Joey, you, Guru, and Lucas couldn't be more different people. That's kind of funny as fuck, Aaron. That's what makes it fun, I think, is the different personalities. We're all like, carbon copies of each other. I'm sure it wouldn't be as exciting to tune into the community. Hey, no, I'll talk about Uncle Joey. Ill talk about Uncle Joey. I agree, bro. I don't think they're fake stories. I don't believe it. I don't know if Shavkat's actually a virgin. Is Shavkat married? Is Shavkat Rakhmonov married? Ian Garry won't get through a war with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Just needs to consistently hurt him, and he'll start breaking as the rounds go. True, but I think that Ian Garry's a lot quicker on the feet. Do at least the top 2 videos. What are the top 2 videos right now? Jamal Hill Cope video and the Shavkat exposing he's sub Garry. The Shavkat exposing he's sub Garry. Nah, I don't shit on others, bro. I don't really like talking negative of any of the other MMA YouTubers because it's just not really. First thing, it's not my personality, but I also don't care, Shavkat's married? Okay, I guess he's not a virgin. There we go. I didn't know. I didn't know. You think Volkov's going to get knocked out with 1 second left after dominating Gane? Is that you just rinsing and repeating the Derek Lewis fight? I know Aspinall would no doubt beat Volkov again, but considering Volkov's resurgence since that loss, you think it would be more competitive now? If he could stop a takedown, sure. But I don't know if he can stop that takedown, and maybe it's the same result again. I don't know. If Volkov could strike with Tom Aspinall, I mean, he's live to crack anybody with big punches. Joey Diaz exaggerating to an extent. Joey Diaz likes exaggerating. He likes exaggerating. AJ Real AF. Thank you, Hernanov. I really appreciate that. Shavkat just got a wife and a girlfriend. He's got double. He's got both. Interesting. Spar with Jacob Lines from WWP. That's funny as fuck. I joked around about that because he had said, "Oh, I'd box with AJ." I was like, "All right, I'll do it." Fine by me, bro. The way Senko looks at him, you want it, you can't have it. That's funny as fuck. Shavkat, he has a horse, but he also loves horse meat. As an older Italian man, 55, who gambles, AJ's main event dogs this year with fire. Let's go, Mike D, my guy. Bro, I got almost 10 million views on YouTube. You didn't know that? I'm not intentionally going a bit negative, Felix, but sometimes you have to, bro, with the news stories, man. If I said everything's great in MMA and these two fighters gave each other so much praise, like ain't nobody watching, man. You got to find the negative. It's sad to see Muhammad Mokaev fighting journeymans in Brave. He could very well be fighting for the belt next Saturday. I know. Unfortunate. It's because he fucks around too much outside of the cage and he was a nightmare for the UFC. And they said, see you later. Holy shit, that's gold, 10 million. I know, that's pretty crazy, Robert G. It doesn't really hit me though. Like 10 million. All right. You get what I mean by that? Like when you're in it and you're doing it, it doesn't hit you the same as like, bro, you got 10 million views on YouTube. My lifetime YouTube views right now, it says 9,168,000. So almost 10 million. That's pretty crazy. So definitely 10 million in 2025. That'll be cool. I can be like, yo, bro, I got 10 million views on YouTube. That'll be fun. I feel the same, Felix, but don't want to criticize AJ, though. He's one of my faves. Thank you, Doug Funny. Listen, I'm not going, bullshit narratives, okay? I'm just going my honest takes. And sometimes they'll be negative to X person, but overall it's positive because it's covering the truth. Listen, bro, I wouldn't keep the same energy if Hill or Chandler ran up on me. Well, yeah, those guys are trained fucking fighters. But at the end of the day, if they're running up on me for a news video, wait, so my mindset is this: because you are a trained UFC fighter, I am not allowed to talk about you and give my opinion. So I'm only allowed to talk about what? People that don't fight or people that I can definitely knock out? That kind of seems like real pussy shit. I'll talk about the big dogs and tell my truth. If they don't like it, they don't like it. What, you gonna fucking punch me in the face because I said something you didn't like? Well, fuck it, man. Maybe I pull the fucking upset of the century off. Now, Jamal Hill's too big, though. Jamal Hill's a fucking giant. I tell Jamal Hill, listen, bro. I say you can fight this guy over here, bro. And then I fucking sprint out. With Michael Chandler, at least he's my height about. He's a little shorter than me, actually. Probably would pick me up and fucking slam me in 15 seconds. But the chance that I land the right overhand on Michael Chandler and lay him out, that would be something out of a fucking movie. That would be something out of a fucking movie, bro. Oh, unlikely, but pretty crazy. So funny to see Dana say fighters can't be fighting outside of the cage while Conor and Nate's team were having a water bottle throwing war at the presser. Yeah, well, Conor had his own privilege. Your PFL video was good, bro, because it felt genuine. Thank you, Doug Funny. Thank you. Joey Diaz doesn't lie or even exaggerate much. Listen to every one of his podcasts, some twice. When he repeats stories on the podcast, they're identical. They don't know what people are talking about. I think it's because they're shocked he lives a crazy life like that. But facts. Exactly. You'd be a bully if you just talk about people you think you can beat up. And that's why my coverage is of the highest level of fighting. So what? They don't like it, bro. If I was talking basketball, they don't like it, but oh, it's fighting. It's like we have to be more fucking sensitive. Oh my God. Can't say anything negative about somebody who fights. My God. Don't want to hurt their feelings. They might try to beat me up. The fuck? Never been punched in the face? It's not that big a fucking deal. You're right. The truth over any man, bro. Let's go. Thank you, Jack. You think Dana even cares if Aspinall and Jones fight? Oh, they definitely want that fight booked. Yeah, let's say I think I got outbox him. I mean, the dedication I have to fucking general fitness could easily be like transitioned back into training if there was actually like an opportunity on the line to make some serious change. And I'm sure that within like, 3 to 6 months, I could be the very least like moderate amateur level enough so where I could go like 4 to 6 rounds pretty well and like straight boxing. Now, if it's MMA, the fucking kicking game would need work. But like, the blue belt in jiu-jitsu is still holding up. Still decent on the ground. What do you think to Masvidal wanting to come back? I saw that and I was like, should I cover this? I'm like, nah, Masvidal is irrelevant, bro. Michael Chandler called him up though. Said, yo, I want to fight him. You think Leon fight is past its date to sell? Should he fight an up-and-comer? He probably fights Jack Della. Trained BJJ about 2 years. And then I was like, well, I did pretty good. See you later. I technically didn't quit, actually. I technically was thrown out of the place I was training. But, I'm cool with the coach now. It was all good. It was just a miscommunication. And then I just was like, all right, well, I'm not fucking signing up elsewhere. I was focused on bodybuilding. I think that Hill and Chandler do have a few good W's left. You were talking about Masvidal, bro, in the last message. Yeah, I think that fight's over with. I think that fight's over with. I think it's over with. That's funny as fuck, Paco. Yeah, if we're doing anything, we're just doing boxing, baby, or kickboxing. K1. If you had to put 10K on one money line fight that can't be higher than minus 200, Griffin, Chiesa, Van, Durden, Weidman, bro, I'd probably have to throw it on Gorimbo. Would you try horse meat? Shavkat says it's gains. Nah, bro, I don't really feel good about eating horse. You've been training BJJ for 5 years, haven't been consistent. Shama. That's okay. Do you like it though? I mean, what is not consistent? Like 2 days a week, or you like take a month off and go for like, 3 days? Like, what is the non-consistent? Best bodybuilding tips. I love lifting. Best bodybuilding tips, fucking number one is diet. Diet is everything. Get your adequate carbs, fats, and proteins in. Train with an intensity. Look to make progress on lifts, not just pump. But obviously, you can still just pump. You know what I'm saying? You can still just pump. I'm not saying you don't pump. Bro, I wanted to be live a lot longer, but we didn't even hit 100 likes yet. We're at 79, bro. We need 20 more or 21 more to 100. Let's hit 100. But back to the bodybuilding question, or just building muscle in general. Focus on still developing strength on core lifts, like a flat bench or an incline, a squat, probably, maybe even a deadlift too. Dumbbell shoulder press is better than most barbell shoulder presses due to the risk of injury, like the risk return. But my favorite press for like shoulders has always been the standing military. But the reason I don't do it is because I don't really want to risk my back to get slightly strained out because I have the habit of going too heavy. So for a while, bro, I'd be doing the fucking seated one. But now my gym has a seated one that absolutely fucking sucks, bro. And it's dumbbells or nothing. So lately I've been doing more incline bench because incline bench hits the front delts. And depending on your strong points, like you could not hit a shoulder press if you have well-developed front delts and just natural genetics for like decent shoulders. But if you don't, you need it. Smith machine shoulder press is goated. Completely agree, Brick Laser. Honestly, that's what I should add in. I don't like waiting for the Smith machine at my gym. Because there's only one that I like. You thought Masvidal accepted the Chandler fight? I don't think it's confirmed. I don't think it's confirmed, bro. You do it 1 to 2 days, week usually, but sometimes I take it off for work. I get injured. You mainly lift and box. That's fine. Listen, you're still doing more than me with the jiu-jitsu. I haven't been out there rolling. I enjoy it. I definitely like it. But it's just, I don't really feel like walking into a new place. Bro, I saw your channel, bro. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, me? No, bro. It's a guy that looks like me. What's my name? Steve, dude. Nice to meet you. What, you look just like this? I don't know who that is. I don't watch MMA. I don't know about MMA. I only watch jiu-jitsu. Like, I just don't want to fucking have people recognize me at all. Oh my gosh. Hardest place to gain strength. That's interesting. Everybody's genetics are different. I mean, I guess your wrist can get pretty strong just with like general lifting, but you could also add like wrist curls to get them stronger. I would say it's more your genetics. Some people genetically like can't get much stronger in certain areas as well as others. You've been looking shredded, AJ. How much weight did you cut? So I was like 197. And then, I don't know, I shredded down for fucking like almost half a year or more to like 178. And then I gained back some weight. I'm in the 190s right now, but I definitely think it's like a leaner 190. I feel like I put on some muscle as I was cutting though, because I wasn't like shredding fast. I was like slow cutting. And I felt like I was still making like relatively good gains. Hey, listen, bro, I bring the bodybuilding tips. I love bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is my favorite hobby, dude. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a good, healthy hobby, bro. This is how my brain works. If you're not going to do like, some type of like combat sport, you should do like some type of fitnessy thing. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. The fuck is this? That's a fucking scam. But like, whether it's just strength training, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's powerlifting, whether it's gym bro lifting, or if not, maybe do jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, something like that, wrestling, judo. I don't know. You got to do something like intense, as you get older. If not, like, what are you going to do? Sit around? Yeah, bro. One of the Smith machines in my gym has the like stupidly thick barbell. Robert G, with bodybuilding, it's a lot of trial and error for sure. You have to find out what works for your body. Buckley deserves way more respect. He beat Wonder Boy more dominantly than Shavkat is on a great win streak. He could be champ. Buckley's on a roll right now. I agree. And if he fucks up Colby, he's on the rise. He could be in a big fight. He might get that Usman fight then. 2 favorite money lines this week. I didn't make my locks yet, but I'm pretty confident that we see Cyril Gane win. I think Bryan Battle wins. Hooper wins. Reyes wins. I think Themba wins. Have muscly toes. I don't know, bro. I mean, a lot of calf raises and shit. Biggest upsets from last card. Fucking Wang Kong losing to Fernandez. Yeah, I look stacked. Well, I've been at this for a long time, bro. I almost been going to the gym, what? Almost 9 years. Is today my birthday? Oh my God. It's not actually my birthday. Oops. But listen, if you want to give me a birthday wish, thank you. My fucking birthday was not today, but I accidentally forgot to update the schedule. My bad. My birthday was November 12th, dude. That's funny. Well, happy birthday to me, man. Nah, I'm shit at soccer, bro. I was really good at basketball. I had a great shot, dude. I was money from mid-range and three-point line. I would have picked Teleson Teixeira over Lucas Brzeski, and I would have picked Tatiana Suarez over Verna. I agree. Everybody needs to exercise. It's good. It's good for you. It's good. It's good for the body. What's your prediction for Usyk Fury 2? Probably Usyk again. I can't decide between Durden and Van. Van gets wins, but he has good moments in fights where he looks like he's going to get finished. Good counter wrestling, though. The reason I'm picking Dan is his ability to box. I feel like his punch combinations are pretty clean. Wow. Anthony Smith by RNC. I just don't see him tapping Reyes. I think Reyes wins. Shavkat ate huge punches from Jeff Neal as big power. You think Ian Garry has enough power to KO Shavkat? I think it would have to be more volume striking and hitting him with like a big elbow or knee, but I'd be pretty surprised if he knocked him out. So I favor Shavkat to overwhelm Garry, but Gary's definitely got the striking speed. AJ, what do you think is going to happen with a lot of Bellator fighters? Do you think we'll see more release from the contract like Mousasi? Unfortunately, probably. I think that they don't have enough money. So happy early birthday. Thank you, Josiah Lopez. I also think it's sick you share your upload schedule. Hey, thank you, Ultra J. I try to give you guys my upload schedule because I want you guys to know when certain videos are going to be released and the days I'm doing stuff. I know I say daily content, but it's like nice to see and be like, oh shit, today is a video. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, he's doing a news video. If there's anything relevant, perfect. Smith's longtime head coach died. He'll either come in depressed or with more killer instinct than ever. That's hard to call. That's really interesting, KZ. Who was his longtime head coach that died? It's kind of sad that Joshua Van is too small for the smallest weight class. He's so skilled, but he doesn't have the physicality. But I think dealing with Durden, he's not at a massive size disadvantage. I don't really think he's too small. He's 5'5". There's been shorter guys. Bro, best flyweight ever is 5'3". What's up, Jake Beebe? Van's hands are clean. You were thinking about picking Fernandez last minute? You should have, dude. I wonder if many will go to the UFC as a result. Reminds me a little of when UFC bought WEC. Obviously completely different, but I mean with gaining a load of possible talent as a result. I don't know. You think that Bellator will be transferred to PFL? Well, then PFL is going to have to start doing regular events and not just tournaments. Is that something they're willing to do? I think it's a good idea. I think if PFL is serious about taking over, I think what they should do is they should have the Bellator tournament champions fight against they should have the PFL tournament champions fight against the Bellator champs, and we find out who the best in the world is, and those fighters are crowned the PFL champion. And PFL does things like the UFC does with a fight league, with fights, not just tournament style, with, a regular, schedule of fights, ONE FC has a lot of issues with MMA, but they're pretty popping with Muay Thai, dude. We calling it Bella Snore and PF Smell. Yeah, we're talking about the PFL-ator. ONE is just about out of money. They might end up going under. It wouldn't shock me. I don't think it's Mark Montoya. I didn't hear about that. Anthony's one of the best submission artists in the division. He doesn't stand at striker Reyes. He has a real path. The thing is he going to get him to the ground? Does Anthony Smith have the wrestling to take Reyes down, a Dom Reyes who was stopping John Jones takedowns in his prime? I'd say no. Guys, we're at 87 likes. We need to run it up to 100. What are we doing? Bring the 100, man. We're 13 away. We'll do another rip at 100 too. So run it up. Run it up to the 100. Let's make it happen. Let's make the 100 likes. Let's do the 100, bro. I want the 100 likes up in here. I want to see it run all the way up. I don't think Bellator, or excuse me, I don't think PFL buying Bellator. Hold on real quick. We're at 41,118 subscribers. Just so you guys know, I am setting a subscriber goal of 41,120. So make sure 2 of you subscribe. No, I don't think their intention was to kill Bellator. I think that they thought it would work, but obviously it's failing. Main event this weekend is a win-win for the UFC. If Pantoja wins, he's beaten the Ryzen guy. If Asakura wins, UFC gained the Japanese champ. Ryzen is bigger than UFC in Japan, so UFC are winning here all around. I get what you're saying, Doug Funny. It's essentially like worst case scenario, Asakura wins, they get events in Japan. That's facts. Occasional BKFC, but not as much as I used to. Dude, my hair is naturally curly like this, Dave Lovejoy, so I can't give you any tips. I know I've been accused of having a perm before, but I just have natural curls. So I don't really know how to get your hair curly if it's not. I would say, you know, have genetics to have curly hair. One should definitely focus on their Muay Thai and kickboxing talent, in my opinion. It's really the only thing keeping me watching. I think that should be their focus too. Reyes' chin still isn't there, in my opinion, but it's definitely not 3-1 odds. The disrespect crazy, and Reyes lost the span. I get what you mean. It's a little too wide for a Reyes who like just looked good after looking like shit for years. I get it. But I still think he beats Smith. First Japanese champ in the UFC would go hard. How do you think Patchy Mix and Leah McCourt would do in the UFC, bro? I think that Leah McCourt would be, you know, bottom end of the top 15. I think Patchy Mix would probably be live to mix it up with like the top 5. I think so. I think that's live. I think that's a live outcome. Smith lucky win last time. It's like Vitor Petrino drove himself into the gilly. You know what I'm saying? Why does he get a title shot in his debut? His respect over in Japan. Brendan Loughnane, he's a pretty fun guy to watch. He never got the contract. No, didn't he just lose last week, though, in PFL? You think Nate the Train going to retire Korean Superboy, the Train coming to town? Nate the Train's a certified savage. I love Nate the Train, and I'm picking him to win. Bryan Battle, Nate the Train fight week. Bro, we're in for a great week with those two savages on the card. Bisbing, coach, mentor, training partner. Yeah, he didn't mention anything. Interesting. Well, rest in peace to whoever it was. I don't know why they didn't mention it. What would Dana say if he heard you say Bellasnor champ versus PFL champ? See who's the best in the world. That's funny. Did I say that, Mike G? To see who's the best in PFL Who's the best outside of the UFC? How about that? Yeah, that's true. Poirier's been trying to hit a gilly forever, but to give respect to Poirier, the defensive grappling at lightweight is substantially better than at light heavyweight. What's up, Bradley Curon? How you doing, bro? Didn't Nate Landwehr lose? I think you mean by KO early this year. Nah, dude. He lost a decision to Dan Ige. Who are your top 5 first team all dime piece women fighters? Fuck, I don't know. I mean, there's good looking ones. Lipsky, Da Silva. I don't know, bro. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of that. I just thought of Lipsky as the only one because me and Finch have an inside joke about that. But outside of that, I couldn't think of nothing else. MMA Experts merch, bro. MMA Experts merch will come. 2025 is probably the year of merch. I'm wearing the one and only MMA Experts shirt right now. Shout out Jersey Girl for making this happen. Look at that. Absolutely tremendous. Nate did almost get slept by Emmers, but his fucking recovery is crazy. Saw a video that said Poirier would have won against Islam if he had used the old gloves, and the video highlighted some solid, clean punches that landed on Islam. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I get where the cope is coming from. But that is cope. Like, let's be honest, that video's cope. That's not true. He lost. It is what it is. Pavlovich or Rosenstruik? I think Pavlovich can chin Rosenstruik. What's fucked up is the last PFL card was actually pretty good. Then the main event was kind of a smudge decision. It's not so much that I'm shitting on PFL's fighters or fights. I simply disagree with the management side and the production overall. Can the merch be shipped to England? I don't know yet. I have to start it first and then I'll find out. I need to find a way that like you guys can order it and it just gets shipped out where I don't have to touch it. Nate the Train is who Chandler pretends to be. Hashtag cheater. That's funny as fuck. As much as we shit on Michael Chandler, I mean, he's better than Nate the Train. What happened with Luque lately? She was active like crazy and seems a bit quiet now. Always enjoy seeing her fight, win or lose. Well, I think she was very active, and then she's like, all right, I need a fucking break. You know? I think it's normal for some of these fighters who are like super active for a while to chill then for like several months. And everybody's like, yo, where the fuck they at? Emmers did make me worry. He was touching up Landwehr. You could make the argument that Islam would have chinned Poirier in the old gloves too. Exactly, Brick Laser. Pavlovich versus Marcin Tybura. I think Pavlovich dusts Tybura. Most look forward to fight this weekend. Probably Kai Asakura, Pantoja, but also, you know, the co-main event's great. I'm very excited to see my guy Cyril Gane, and I like Volkov a lot too. Nate the Train and Duho Choi, I will anticipate his fight of the night though. Pretend you are Gianni Corellis. I think you mean Gianni the Greek, and you will put a bet on UFC 310 main event. Who would your betting be? All right, Gianni the Greek impression. I'm laying the chalk on Pantoja at flyweight, sitting around minus 270. I have to favor the UFC experience to take out Japan's superstar Asakura. There's the fucking Gianni the Greek impression for you. It's been a long time. That should have cost you fucking $1.99, to be honest, bro. I did that for free. And I sounded like a moron doing it. Holy shit. You actually think Kron can tie up Bryce? I don't think he should wrestle with him. I think that you could see Bryce on top, peppering a bit of ground and pound, then not getting subbed. Can I win the first merch giveaway? Listen, we got to start it first. That's a lot of what ifs, ands, or buts. We'll see. Who do you want for Chandler next? For Michael Chandler, I would like to see Connor actually fight him. I don't know what Nick sounds like, man. Teeth not big or white enough? True. Fire Gianni impression. That's funny as fuck. Wei Li Zhang fight announcement. I thought she was supposed to be fighting Tatiana. Is that fake news? I have no idea about Ian Parker. I don't even know how he talks. You want to take care of the merch, Mike G? I'll let you know, man. We'll see. 2025, we'll talk about that. That is a discussion for 2025, okay? That's not the discussion for this week. This is 2025 talk. 2025 talk, all right? Then we'll make some crazy shit happen. Ian Garry getting slept, KO or sub, Shavkat. I lean towards Shavkat by sub, especially Shavkat revealing that he subbed him. What fighters lost the most aura this year? Definitely Ursay Hill. Chandler is still a badass, regardless of the cope. I still like his style in the cage. But I feel like Urseg Hill lost a ton of aura. Who else lost a lot of aura this year? I don't know. Volkanovski. If you had to make odds for Tapora Islam, what would they be? Minus 200 for Islam right now. Cafe Press for merch, bro. I think they do demand printing on orders and ship worldwide, so you don't have to worry about it. I think so anyways. Okay, that's good to know. That sounds easy. Oh, Benoit Saint-Denis definitely lost his aura. I mean, Connor's aura has been gone. He hasn't fought in how long? Kong Wang's aura went to shit. O'Malley lost some for sure, but not all of it, just some. I don't know. I feel like Blanchfield kind of fought her aura back up a bit by taking out, what's her name? Thug Rose. Tabitha Ritchie lost aura. That's facts. Volk did have a bad year. Yo, we're 7 likes away from 100, guys. Let's get 100 up in here. I want that 100 likes smashed before the 90-minute mark. The aura that, bro, Pratez's aura right now is through the roof. When I say Pratez's aura is way up, Pereira's aura is at an all-time high. I think Hanato Moicano's aura is at an all-time high. Kevin Holland, I mean, I was a Holland fan. I still am relatively so, but his aura is down a ton. Yeah, but Jamal Hills went down bad. Fighting Nerds is absolutely unmatched. The whole crew's aura has gone through the roof. Ilya's aura is next level now. Dude, Ilya has got the fucking best aura, I think, right now in the game. Biggest aura flux was Holloway first half of the year, insane. Second half, not so much. Interesting. Yeah, I guess him beating Gaethje, his aura was like unmatched, and then him losing to Tapora went down a bit, but it didn't go down a ton. Bro, I feel like Amozov's aura has been gone for so long now. I forgot about him. Who do you got? Furo, Shevchenko? Honestly, Manon would be able to take it. I'm picking Mana Furo to beat her. You want to see Jack Hermanson back? You like him? I'm sure he'll be back soon. Delidze had a good year. That's facts. He turned up. Him beating Anthony Smith and Kevin Holland, I mean, they're legit wins for the resume. The stock's definitely rising. I feel like Rob Font gained aura after beating Kyler Phillips. His aura is on the come up. Yeah, the way that Manon Furo shut down Blanchfield was impressive. Sean Woodson, he's booked to fight Padilla, which I thought was so fucking random. End of the year video, most aura gained and lost this year. That's facts, Aaron. That's a good video. Mick Parkin had a great year, and he finally got a finish. Granted, Lucas Dreshke shit. Figgy had a great year up until like 2 weeks ago, and then it all went to hell. Why does Sean Woodson drive you crazy, bro? Think if the UFC cut the entire women's bantamweight division that anyone would notice? No. I mean, people wouldn't complain, but, you know, we got to let it happen. There's got to be a chance for these ladies. How does Bryce Mitchell get brutally chinned, have a seizure, and somehow gets booked before the guy that chinned him? Probably because Emmett's wanting a bigger fight, no? Did Juliana Pena really win that fight against Raquel Pennington? Nah. It was close, but I always pick against Woodson and Cope when he always wins. I picked Woodson in the past couple. Cheeto's aura is way down. Facts. Dude, Sean Woodson is 90% legs. It's not even 80. It's 90. Yeah, Rob Font did good taking out Kyler Phillips. Oban Elliott had an amazing year. Oban Elliott's one of the most underrated prospects right now. 3-0 in the UFC and a big knockout of Basil Efez to close out the year. Beat him more impressively than Jack Della. That's pretty badass. I think Oban Elliott's going to have a great career. I think he's going to be a long-time UFC staple. If you look at Dan Ige, what is holding him back from reaching that top tier title contender status? He's just like slightly not good enough, but he's definitely good. Good underdog pick on 310. I mean, maybe Chiesa, maybe Weidman, maybe Asakura. Yeah, Oban Elliott, you think he's breakthrough fighter of the year? I like Oban a lot. I sold you on Oban Elliott. Thanks, Jake BB. I'm a big Oban Elliott fan. I picked him as an underdog against Preston Parsons, and then he absolutely delivered. And I picked him again with freaking Basil Efez. Per best year of everyone up there, Aspinall top 5. Aspinall had a great year too, but yeah, Pereira's year was amazing. I was a little spooked on Oban on the UFC after he got knocked down by Val Woodburn, but bro has been killing it. You know, the first UFC fight sometimes doesn't look great. You know, he's getting his feet wet. And granted, you could say, oh, bro, but you picked Asakura. Fair. He could end up losing. Are there any up-and-coming contenders that you think can become dominant champions? Dominant champs, no, but fight for the belt, yes. Could see Prates fighting for the belt, Kyle Baraiho fighting for the belt, Gene Silva fighting for the belt. Might be early to tell, but like, I don't know. At heavyweight, I feel like there's like Rivzan Kuniev is a good grappler that could end up being top 15. Obviously, Oban Elliott, I see top 15 material. I will assume that at some point, Oban Elliott fights against Ian Garry, and that will be a big fight. Anyone else learn their lesson betting on Asian UFC cards? It's funny. It's DJ says, I love you, Dad. Love you too, son. Ripski from Puerto Rico. Listen, let's get 100 likes and I'll do a Ripski. We're at 97. We're 3 away. Best female fighter. That is a tough pick, but female fighter of the year, probably Manon Fiorot, I guess. I mean, Oban Elliott might not be top 15 today, but he's only 25. Parkin, I think he's a contender, but I don't think he's ever going to be elite. I don't think he has the power nor the speed to be really top 5. But maybe Mick Parkin's that good and he ends up shaking up the heavyweight division. Dakota Ditchevel, but outside of the UFC, though. Bro, Rebelis to Spain turned out to be one of the most overrated prospects we have ever seen in the UFC. Guys, I got to do another Ripski, man. Keep running the likes up, but thank you guys for 100. Yo, it's AJ the Ripman. Give me that shirt, AJ. Eventually, I'll make them. My key for the Asian cards, that Chinese records are very sus. Close to no footage. They have a lot of fights, but 3 out of 4 against debuts or losing records. Regional scene is a little sus in China. They definitely, you know, have fighters that are supposed to win and send them in the right direction. Fair. But they fight all the time, too. Yeah, I think that Oban Elliott constantly progressing. I think he's got a huge future. I think Oban Elliott's the guy. I think Oban Elliott's one of the most underrated prospects right now in the UFC. Despain killed one fat bum and everyone was acting like he's the next Ngannou. I mean, we wanted to see it with how tall he is. Women's champs were a letdown this year. The women's divisions this year didn't really have any crazy moments in the UFC that I can recall. I mean, you know, maybe Manon Fiorot coming up was cool. I really want to see Dakota Ditcheva get to the UFC. Way better for her if she does. I think Volkov loses a decision. I mean, he's a nice underdog odds-wise. Oban is an uncommon name for a white dude. I didn't even know that was a name that existed in general. What the fuck is Oban? It's a type of whiskey. It's a town, too. In Scotland. Interesting. Yo, Ronnie Swain, thank you for the $2, bro. Thank you for getting the dono train running, man. I appreciate you, Ronnie Swain. You're a good dude. You like Delidze? Delidze's okay. Paulo Costa and Johnny No Chin Walker lost hype. Shame. Bro, Johnny Walker's hype's been kind of gone, and so is Paulo Costa's. Let's be real. Buckley KO'd Wonderboy and he draws Colby, but Ian scrapes by against MVP and he gets Shavkat. I don't get it. Yeah, but the bigger name is Gary's and he was willing to take on Shavkat. I look faded as fuck. That Ripski hit me hard. I won't lie. Dakota's great, but I think we need to pump the brakes on her a little, let her fight the competition on the UFC. But the way that she beat Talia Santos demands respect, no? Like, she fucked Talia Santos up. Guys, if we hit 110 likes in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to stay till the hour 45-minute mark. We need to hit 110. We're at 108. Buckley, another good year, top contender. If Buckley fucks Colby Covington up, I think there's definitely a chance that Joaquin Buckley can mix it up with like Usman or something like that. AJ pulls up that fight in his head. Most of them need a computer dedicated. That's funny as fuck, Mike D. Thank you guys for 111 likes. We'll run it up. We're doing the hour 45 mark. I'll stay for another 15. I was planning on just going 90 minutes, but I'll stay for another 15. Hey, Mike G, enjoy your day, bro. The daily content coming. Right now, Shavkat and the Gary situation has won the poll with 43% of the votes. I don't know. You look at the female ranks for strawweight and match them up with Dakota. Dakota going to struggle. Well, there's some good girls, but I thought Dakota was 115. Am I blind? I just would rather her be in the UFC. Woman's flyweight. She's at 125, bro. So she would fight like Erin Blanchfield, Manon Fiorot type shit. I'm taking Asakura in the main event, Jay Kirby. People saying she's the best in women's MMA off the back of that one performance. We need to see one or two if she's consistent. I would just like to see her in the UFC already, man. What's the point of even keeping her over in the damn PFL? Let's get her to the UFC ASAP. If Buckley wins, that Conor call-out isn't so dumb. If Buckley fucks Colby Covington out, it won't blow my mind if he shouts Conor's name, but Conor's not going to fight him. Buckley is a harder matchup for Conor than Michael Chandler. I would just rather fight Chandler. Dude, I hope Buckley chins Colby. I think he probably will. Bet the line on Dakota as soon as available. At this rate, bro, she's taking over. What are the odds for Colby and Buckley? I have no idea. I haven't looked. Wow, Buckley's a minus 240 favorite against Colby Covington. No shit. Wow. Big favorite. I'm not surprised either. Colby will try and wrestle. Buckley's strong and will catch Colby with a big hook or an uppercut. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think Colby Covington's getting dropped. Hate to say it, but Jamal's going to chin Yuri and he won't let us hear the end of it. Well, then he'll eventually get matched up with, you know, the champ again, maybe Pereira or maybe Ankalaev, and we'll see if he gets humbled. Pantoja, top 5 pound for pound. He's beat 8 out of 10 current champs at flyweight. Listen, I think Pantoja is great, but just the way he fights, man, sometimes really frustrates me. He doesn't really move the needle for me a ton. The Asakura's toast, damn. Colby might get slept. I think he might get slept too. I'm one of the few Colby fans left, but I've always been an honest fan. I like Buckley too. I think he wins easy. I'm picking Buckley to win. I think he's going to fuck Colby up. I'm glad you see it as a Colby fan. You want Hill versus Pereira rematch to have no referee? If Jamal Hill gets past Yuri Prohashka, I'm sure that he's going to call for Pereira. And I don't think that fight happens next, but maybe. I mean, if you fuck Yuri Prohashka up, you demand respect. I mean, Colby has a chin, yeah. I don't think he's easily KO'd, but Buckley hits pretty hard. Colby needs to go deep into 4 and 5 to have a chance. He's got to be able to wrestle. He's got to be able to make Buckley uncomfortable with his pressure. Nah, Fiziev's trying to come back on a Saudi Arabia card, Osimo. He'll be back. Colby getting slept will end the year off right. Completely agree. It would be a blessed day if Colby gets chinned. Ryzen is in the ring, so there's a great chance Kai has 0 cage grappling. But is he not very much dialed in on his cage grappling wall work to prepare for the UFC debut? I have to assume. Is Johnny Walker still your fave, bro? I mean, I'll always like Johnny Walker. I don't know about fave, but he's a fighter I like. Why is Pantoja slept on? His style, his hit ability, his looping shots probably. Want me to do another Ripski? OG Smoker. I just did another Ripskis. Keep running the likes up, though. We're almost at 120. It's going to hurt the Trump army if Colby gets KO'd, guys. Come on. That's funny as fuck. I don't think that Colby Covington represents the Trump army at all, at least not to me. He just represents Colby Covington. I said Buckley could beat Wonderboy in the feet beforehand and was called crazy. Well, it's a good call because he absolutely dusted him. Buckley's skills are shit, but he's athletic enough to give the wash guys they're feeding him. He hits really hard, man. He's got a powerful style. Covington's going to try and wrestle. Let's see how Buckley's takedown defense holds up. If it does, I think we're going to see some big shots. Always smoke before bed kills your dream, but you sleep good. I don't like smoking right before bed, to be honest with you. I like chilling for a bit first. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to be too zooted right before I close my eyes and fall asleep. Who do you think would do the best in the UFC? Fred Flintstone or Johnny Bravo? I'll go Johnny Bravo because of his absolutely insane size. Flintstone won't have the speed to keep up with the flyweights and heavyweights and open division. If Buckley's good enough to finish Wonderboy on the feet, then he's good enough to finish Colby on the feet. I agree with that. Pantoja going to turn you into a believer, AJ. Asakura couldn't beat Cap. Come on, bro. He's got to be the one who called it. All right, we'll see. If Pantoja wins, I will say, wow, he is that good. But if Asakura wins, everybody got to tell me I'm the Mystic Mac. You think Buckley's getting exposed soon? I like the Buckley Usman fight if he gets past Colby. Yeah, I feel like Colby's past his best days. I see Buckley giving him hella trouble. Feel like smoking and immediately going to sleep is a waste of weed. I agree, Casey. I'd rather do something with the stone. Flintstone with his stone club. All right, well, now we're making an unfair matchup. Now we got weapons in the equation. This changes everything. I appreciate that being fair, Max. Hell yeah. I agree. I think it's a fair statement. If Pantoja wins, I will definitely give him his flowers. But Asakura wins. Everybody should say, yeah, he's the motherfucker. Trump embarrassed by Colby. He left before the end of the Leon fight. And when he was asked who his favorite fighter was, he said Habib. Do you think Wonderboy has a lot of fights left in him? No, probably 1 or 2 at most. Becoming champ off a debut is insane, but damn, I'm excited to see. Buckley won round 3 against Nasruddin Imavov. People forget that he looked pretty good in that 3rd round. Buckley's a high-paced fighter, so I don't think Colby will be able to slow him down enough not to get finished. That's what I'm wondering. I feel like Colby's striking is so ass, and I don't think he has the size to deal with Buckley, who's coming down from 85. I think Buckley's going to give him the business, bro. I haven't learned my lesson fading Patty. I still pick against him every time, especially against Moicano. He can't afford to lose. The Moicano fight would be absolutely dope. I hope they book it. I don't know what Kevin Lee's doing, bro. Probably fighting in like obscure promotions around America. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Chad with a jawline? I'm good. I'm looking up Kevin Lee because the people asked. Kevin Lee. He just won at Lights Out Championship. He was supposed to fight in Game Bread, but the fight didn't happen. The UFC should just re-sign Kevin Lee. Hey, Chad with the jawline, congrats on passing your driving test, bro. That's good. That's necessary. Now you can go pick the girls up. Yeah, it was an obscure shit. The Lights Out Championship. That's crazy. Can Leash just do food reviews with his bro? That's honestly not a bad idea. Just mooch off his brother's following, and then boom. He doesn't need to do MMA anymore. You want to see Bryan Battle and Renat rematch eventually? I'm not so sure that it happens, but we'll see. I think that Bryan Battle, this current version, could give Renat way more trouble than the first fight. I do drive, yes. You had to renew it since it's been expired since COVID. That's insane, bro. Why'd you wait so long to renew it? That's years. Bro, imagine Asakura soccer kick KOs Pantoja, DQ, banned from the UFC. I think Buckley a lock. I think he'll land some big shots. You thought it was going to cost $700, but only 130. Damn, so you held off that long because you thought it was way more expensive? That sucks, dude. Should have called somebody first. I think handling the press conference, Ian Garry, I fucking read that backwards. What's up, AJ? MMA Yuri, what's up? How do you think Garry handles the press conference? I think Garry handles the press conference well. I think he's confident on the stage. I don't think there's a ton of crazy shit talk, but I definitely think that he will drop some heat. What are some of the favorite Kevin Lee moments in the UFC? Chiesa feud, KO of Gillespie, Ally Aquinta feud. Honestly, I love the Ally Aquinta feud, but I was always frustrated that he could never beat Al. Al just always had his number. Who fights Bilal if Shavkat Gary ends in a draw? I guess they'd have to rematch, and then maybe Bilal would fight Usman or rematch Edwards. Yeah, that'd be a really bad situation. I hope that doesn't happen. Lee's head kick against Gillespie was elite. He looked like a top contender when he pulled that off. Even his fight against T. Ferg, he didn't look bad. I want to see Battle get his get back. I just want to see him win this weekend. Bryan Battle shitting on France after the win. Good heel move, but became an American hero. Yeah, it was the perfect thing to say, to talk some shit, but like not turn every fan against him. Yeah, the French might not like him, but the American fans love him. Yeah, those Abu Dhabi decisions sometimes are mad sus. Of course, they favor the fighters from their region of the world. How far does Patty go? I think Patty Pimblett is top 8. USA in this hoe. Exactly, bro. USA is in this hoe. Yo, did we hit the subscriber goal? Let's see. 41,100. It's loading. It's loading. Okay, it's still fucking loading. 119. Damn. 1 subscriber away from the goal. Okay, not bad. Thank you guys for 122 likes as well. I appreciate you guys with the generous like button today. You guys are going off on that damn like button. Nah, I won't boo Bryan Battle. Bryan Battle made a great business decision. Shouldn't care about the French fans. Should care about the U.S. fans. Exactly. It was the smart move, bro. He gains way more U.S. fans. He doesn't need French fans. He's an American. What are the odds he ever fights in France again? It's probably not a big chance. I want to have Bryan Battle on, but he didn't reply. I'm pretty sure I DM'd him and he never hit me back. Bryan Battle on the show would be fucking awesome, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. No, Ally Quinta, you missed my first message that I said you better not boom. Oh, Doug Funny, my bad. It went over my head. That's funny. He got so mad, though, years ago. You guys booing me? That was great. Wow, the Shavkat exposing his subbed Gary video is getting hella love. Seems like that's the video I'll be recording after this stream. Sounds good to me. French dude in the back. You're addicted to the body and head high after shadow boxing? Good. Keep it up. Yeah, Bryan Battle got to be careful doing that shit in Brazil. They're going to need like Secret Service there to keep him safe. Worst decision in the history of MMA was when, and I'm a bitch and I can't beat anybody tough, Gary, was when Michael Venom Page beat the shit out of them, piecing them up like he always does. Pathetic. Ian Garry did not beat Michael Venom Page. He literally didn't land anything on the feet. It was so pathetic. It was like Michael Venom Page normal fight where he pieced him up. Worst decision in history. But Garry did get grappling control, man. That's what won him the fight. Shavkat has only trained at one gym for 3 years. Garry has been to Kill Cliff, Shoot Their Box, Tiger Muay Thai. He's grown hella, and exposing training sessions is beta behavior. I agree with that. I honestly think that Shavkat is out of line for exposing that shit and just like making everything about the training. I think that Shavkat might be overlooking Ian Garry because of success in training, because he tapped him. What's up, Nunez, uncle? Run the likes up, bro. We're at 125 likes. I want to see, bro. Honestly, I want to see 130 up in here. 125 isn't enough. 125 is a good number, but 130 is the money number. Worst decision was Leach D-Rod. Yeah, that sucked. AJ, there's a saying in Russia about how they lift in low reps and stretch out workouts. Explain that saying in Russia. What do you mean? Top 5 rage in Al fights, probably the Habib fight. Lost to Bobby Green, the 2 fights with Kevin Lee. I don't know. There's probably another one that I'm leaving out, though. Pantoja beats Mighty Mouse and Cejudo in prime. I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. I think Mighty Mouse and Cejudo beat Pantoja on the scorecards. Someone who eats horse meat can't lose to a man who took his woman's last name. That's funny as fuck. Shavkat's mentally stoned. That motherfucker ain't letting Garry get to him like that, especially with the language barrier, too. Is Shavkat truly stoned, or is it the language barrier? You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't really know what Shavkat's personality is like. Heard on JRE, who was saying Russians work out for long periods of time slowly while we lift in more reps in a short time. I get what you're saying. They're saying the Russians take more breaks. Horse meat versus tofu. Bro, yeah, you do got to favor the horse meat. Anyone you're looking to check out on the scales this week? So I'm very excited to see Asakura on the scales at 125 to see how he looks. I'm very curious to see the face-off between Shavkat and Garry. I would say outside of that, I'm curious to see Aljamain and Evloev facing off. I think that's kind of a high-impact face-off. I'm also curious to see how Michael Chiesa looks on the scale. So those are a few that are coming to mind, the fights that like I'm very excited for the scales. Mighty beat Kyoji Horiguchi, though. Alistair Overeem was jacked on that horse meat. Shavkat does have a habit of having his chin up high, though. Who do you want to see Dan Hooker fight next? I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to watch him fight Fiziev, but I don't know if they're going to book that because Fiziev's coming off the injury loss to Gamrot, and Hooker just beat Gamrot. So, like, you know, there might be less anticipation building for that potential fight, if you get what I'm putting down. Let's get this money, Nunez, uncle. Let's go, bro. You think Hooker versus Olives for the title shot? I think Olives will beat Hooker for sure. I feel like Olives, though, is in a spot where he could fight a Dan Hooker if they're really looking to move Hooker up the ranks big time. Or Olives is going to try and wait for the winner of Sarukian and Makachev. Yeah, the rising guys don't cut much weight. In Japan, they don't cut weight like that, which is honestly makes sense. Probably better off. You think Izzy will get himself back up to a title shot again? Nah. I think he's actually better off moving up in weight. Hooker versus Max would be a cool fight. I just have a hard time seeing Max taking a fight with Hooker. I honestly want to see Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Dude, I will do another Ripski if we hit 140 likes before the 2-hour mark. How about that? You've been training MMA since 12? That's pretty cool. Chandler versus Hill for the CMF belt, Colt motherfucker belt. I love it. Brad Riddell, didn't he get cut from the UFC? You might as well fight. You've been training that long. You might as well do at least one. Go for at least one. Get in there one time. Test that out. See if you like it. I think the UFC will get Izzy to a title shot. He's probably beat Imavov. Then they'll give him an easy matchup like Shara. To be honest with you, though, Shara Bullet, if he can get a fight against Izzy, that becomes like a really big middleweight fight. I agree, Max. The division now is way more stacked than back then. But to be fair, Mighty Mouse wins deserve some respect. Kyoji Horiguchi beating Joseph Benavidez twice and, beating Henry Cejudo. Those are still good wins. Want to see Dober back too? Hopefully his fucking chin is healed up. I feel like it can spark a few folks with 2 and 3 records, get a 4-0 start, then try out for Contender Series. I don't know if you try out for Contender Series. I think you have to be invited on. So you'd probably have to beat somebody relatively good to get a shot. You get what I'm saying? Like, they ain't just like handing out chances to fight on Contender. Like, it's hard to get on Contender Series. After seeing how easily Figueiredo shit on Benavidez twice, that win doesn't really mean that much to me anymore. Thing is, though, I feel like Benavidez was kind of washed at that point. They shit on DJ for beating a tough winner, but that season at Pantoja, Moreno, and Kai Kara France, right? That was a savage season. And Tim Elliott won that season. Isn't it insane that 3 of the best flyweights in the world lost the season to fucking Tim Elliott? None of them fought Tim Elliott, but it's funny that they lost. You know who beat Pantoja? So people be talking about Hiromasa Ogakubo beating Kai Asakura. Do you know that Hiromasa Ogakubo beat Pantoja on The Ultimate Fighter? Never got a shot in the UFC outside of the, Ultimate. Actually, he never got a shot because the finale was fought in the house. I don't know if Jamal Hill's coping will affect his performance. It's just his personality. I don't think it will. Bro, if you're really eyeing Contender Series, you better fight all the time. I feel like Joseph Benavidez has the body proportions of a dwarf / little person. That's funny as fuck. I'm pumped to watch Battle. I think the guy's really good. Definitely confident pick. I agree, Lethal Sugar. I think he's going to show out. It's a big chance for Bryan Battle. When Dober comes back, who do you think? Who would you like to see him fight? Bryce is at a different weight, though. He's at lightweight. Dude, it's hard to say what's next for Drew Dober. Could be the loser of Alvarez and Drakkar Klose, or even the winner. Yeah, I don't know how Gene Silva goes from beating Jourdain and Dober to fighting Melsik Baghdasaryan. I was shocked. I guess that's them just saying, hey, we want to give you a touch-up fight to keep building your record. You just watch Asakura with Brett Okamoto. He seems cool. I have to check that interview out. Nah, it's true, bro. The new gen MMA fans that didn't watch the eras of a John Jones or of a Mighty Mouse, right? Or even of an Anderson Silva or Chris Weidman or Luke Rockhold at the time it was happening, they don't have the same appreciation. They tend to buy into the narrative that the guys today are so much better. I think that there's definitely a larger size of skilled contenders, but I still think that some of the best from yesteryear, as far as flyweight goes, are probably still in the rankings today. I still think that Mighty Mouse has the belt if he's fighting in the UFC today. I still think that John Dodson is in the top 15. I still think that, Benavidez is top 15. A lot of the guys. Prime Chris Weidman is still in the upper echelon of the middleweight division. Same with even a Prime Silva. Same with a Prime Luke Rockhold. Drew Dover reminds me of a lower ranked Dan Ige. I get those comparisons, but he takes more damage. It's not an easy fight for Battle, but I think he'll outdog a very game Randy Brown. You meant how Bryce is getting Cron after a bad KO from Emmett. You think they'll go the route with Dober, less KO risk? I don't know if he's getting that blessing. I don't think they'd dominate today, Max. I'm just saying that they'd still be in the mix. The evolution of the lighter weight classes as opposed to the heavier weight classes. Heavyweight, there's better fighters. I'm not saying there's not, but there's still guys that are, OG vets. Like Shane Carwin is still probably top 10. He might not be top 5, to be fair. So there's the evolution, but I don't know. Still, some of the OGs are still ranked. I agree. Topuria is the man. I'm a big Topuria believer. I think Topuria is special. I think Movsar Evloev is really good too. I saw that his street fight with his brother got into MMA. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. The street fighting scene in Japan must be insane. I think Cain Velasquez would still be good, but like Tom Aspinall would dust him in one punch. He doesn't have the chin, bro. He never had the chin. He got dusted by JDS. Garry, Asakura, Gorimbo, Volkov, dirty parlay. That is a dirty parlay. Good luck, TS Wiz. I know. I heard Carwin has CTE. That's sad, bro. Aspinall versus Stipe is like Islam versus Benson Henderson. Low-key facts. Like, yeah, exactly. The lightweight division, Frankie Edgar would never be champ in a modern era. I completely agree with that. The heavier guys still haven't made as much of a, relative skill jump. Guys, we're at 133 likes. We're 2.5 minutes away from the 2-hour mark. I want to see 135 likes up in here before we close out the show. So make sure you guys smash the likes. And let's see, did we hit the subscriber goal? 41,119. We're one subscriber away from the subscriber goal, man. So we got to make some fucking waves up in here. We got to make some fucking moves up in here. Remember GSP's jab? Bro, his jab was insane back in the day. Thank you for subbing, chat with a jawline. Dude, I'll shadow box tomorrow. I'm not shadow boxing tonight, bro. My biceps be cramping just moving my arms around. The shadow box might get me there. I know it normally would, but I'll tell you, it's in a cramp, bro. It's not worth it. Say Chiwiwi. I'll say Chiwiwi at 140 likes. How about that? Chiwiwi. I'll shadow box tomorrow, I promise. My fucking arms are pumped, bro. I did a ton of bicep. Love you too, P. Come with me to UFC Tampa. I'm not going. I'll be here. Funny takes, and Usman at the end was crazy. W, his take considering he trains with Trevor and in Florida. You talking about the recent video, Xavier? You think GSP would cut to lightweight today? That's interesting. Am I rolling with Ian Garry? I'm still picking Shavkat as of right now. 2 days in a row promising a shadows. I never promised it, bro. I will bring the shadow box tomorrow. I have, on back and bicep days, I have a full excuse to not shadow box. You're going to email me? Well, if you want to email me, it's MMAexperts1@gmail.com. So that's how you hit your boy up. It's funny, Usman had to take on Ian about training in multiple places where he does it himself. Yeah, that is weird. He's the king of cope. He's another king of cope. He was full of shit. He's so emotional. Great stream. Appreciate the hard work. Always chase your dreams, AJ, as proof that hard work pays off. Thank you, Prime MMA Locks. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm an ideal manager. I guess I am. I am. I'd be a great manager. I'd be like Ali Abdelaziz, man, without the accusations. Prime BJ Penn was good. He was a special talent. Yeah, Edgar and Penn, they definitely didn't cut as much weight, even Aldo. Facts. Guys, we just smashed past the 2-hour mark. So according to the poll, over 150 votes are in, and most of them, 42%, the majority, want me to do a video about Shavkat exposing that he subbed Ian Garry and react to his interview with Ariel Helwani. So I will eat something, get up out of here, and then I will start working on that video. So expect it in a few hours. I mean, hopefully before midnight, I can release that video. But yeah, keep your eyes locked in on the channel, bro. MMA experts bringing the fire every day. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. Nice little 2-hour stream was necessary. I think that it was good. And we did hit the subscriber goal of 41,120. So I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Stay tuned for a new video. Make sure you guys hit subscribe if you haven't. Turn the post notifications on. Daily videos, daily live streams. You know where to keep it locked in, bro. Keep it right here. MMA experts every fucking day, bro. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm about to sign off, all right? Good night. Much love. Peace out. See you in the video. Bye.